Welcome to this week's edition of Market Insights. I'm your host, Erin Beal. A few weeks ago on our TFN Stock Breakthrough Show, we gave you an exclusive sneak peek at an in-depth report on alternative energy companies that are operating in Europe. Now our guest, Sarah Nunnally, editor of Material Profits, let slip the name of a company that has the potential to climb over 100%. Now we've invited her back today to give us an update on that company and to explain how the companies in her new alternative energy report could be a safe haven for investors. But first things first. Now last month, Sarah told us about Qcells AG. Qcells is the world's largest independent solar manufacturer. Sarah, welcome. What's been happening recently with the company?
Well, the company just released its half-year report, and let me tell you, it was a good one. The first half of 2007 shows Qcells revenue climbed 44% compared to the first half of 2006, and that its production increased 42%. And now, operating income also increased by 45%, net income increased by 106%, and profits increased by 112%. And now, interestingly, these gains come amidst lower sales prices and increasing costs of materials. But Qcells isn't finished yet. Because of these strong numbers, the company is increasing its forecast for the fiscal year of 2007.
Well, that certainly sounds impressive. So Sarah, how has this news affected the price of the stock since then?
Well, this latest report was released on August 14th, the day when the Dow dropped 300 points and the fourth day in a row that U.S. markets ended in the red. And these retracements weren't limited to U.S. stocks. Unfortunately, the downturn did spread to foreign markets, and that means Qcells was also hit, but not as much as one might think.
Well, what do you mean, Sarah? A drop's a drop, right?
Well, if investors were following Qcells on the German exchange, they would have lost less percentage-wise had they invested in the pink sheet listing. And conversely, when Qcells rises, as I believe it will based on this stellar earnings report, investors will actually gain more as well. Now, let me just give you an example. Several months ago, I recommended a company called Tullow Oil to my Material Profit subscribers. It trades on the London exchange. On July 25th, we exited the play at 492 pence for a gain of over 23%. But once that exit price was converted back to US dollars, our gains were 29%. So the main point is investing in foreign markets that are doing well against the US and against the dollar, and those are mainly European right now, is another way of diversifying your portfolio.
So Sarah, essentially you're calling some of the European markets a safe haven right now, is that correct?
Well, basically, yes, though you still have to do your homework. It's not like diversifying with gold or silver, but investing in some European markets, as we've done with our latest alternative energy report, is a great way to stay in the market and protect yourself a bit more.
So what about those traditional safe havens like gold and silver? Would you advise investors to also take positions in these kind of metals right now or steer clear?
Well, for the conservative, safety-conscious investor, there are some really great vehicles to position yourself in, like ETFs and even some CDs. And I would definitely advise all types of investors to take a look at these safer investments, but don't stop there. I'm predicting a huge surge in precious metal prices, particularly silver prices. And that means there are several companies that could also explode in value in the very near term. For the past 4 months, I've been researching the best of the best in terms of potential reserves, low costs, and fast-track production, and I've narrowed the pile down to about 3 top-notch candidates.
And those candidates are?
Unfortunately, Erin, I have to reserve these names for my Material Profit subscribers only. They get first crack at this report, but I can say that one of the best ways to ride the coming silver bull is with the iShares Silver Trust ETF. The symbol is SLV, and it's traded on the Amex. It's 99.347 backed by silver, so investors are exposed directly to the fluctuations in the price of silver. And of course, I talk more in depth about this recommendation in my next special report as well.
Great. Well, thank you for that small glimpse into your next report, Sarah. Now we'll have to have you back once the report is released.
Absolutely.
But for now, we're out of time. I'm sorry. If you'd like to become a member of Sarah's Material Profit service and be among the very first to get access to her new report when it's released, please visit www.materialprofits.com to sign up today. Now, Sarah also writes a free daily e-letter called the Commodities and Resources Report. Get your name on her list by visiting taipanfinancialnews.com and clicking on the TFN Free Stuff tab. Thanks for joining us for Market Insights this week. I'm Erin Beal signing off, and I'll see you back here next week.